Tutok na.
Ayan, good morning mga kalalawigan. At ngayon po ay araw ng Huwebes at muli po mapapakinggan po natin muli ang programang Kalingang Bulakenyo na makasama po natin sa kabilang linya dahil ngayon pa ay walang pasok. Good morning po, Ma'am Jeline.
Good morning, DJ. Good morning po sa lahat.
Go ahead na po, Ma'am.
Okay. Isang masigla at pinagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat, mga kapwa ko Bulakenyo. Ngayon po ay August 15 at ngayon ay nagdiriwang po tayo sa ika-441st na anniversary, founding anniversary ng lalawigan ng Bulacan, kung saan may ginanap po kanina na flag raising activities o ceremony dyan sa harap po ng Kapitolyo. Ngayon po ako ay nagagalak na muli ay makapagradyo dito sa ating himpilan. Kaya umulan man o umaraw, muli niyo po akong samahan sa isang makahulugang talakayan ngayong pangatlong Huwebes sa buwan ng Agosto. At para mas lalo pang gumanda at makumpleto ang inyong umaga, huwag po kayong bibitiw sa pakikinig at samahan niyo po ako sa loob ng isang oras sa programa kung saan ang misyon namin ay makapagbigay kalinga sa ating mga kalalawigan. Ang nag-iisang Kalingang Bulakenyo, dito lamang po sa 103.9 RBFM, ang radyo ng bawat Bulakenyo. Ako po ang inyong lingkod na si Ate Jeline, isa sa mga social workers ng PSWDO. Ako po ay kumakatawan sa aming pinuno ng tanggapan na si Ginang Rowena Hoson Tiongson. Para po sa mga tagapakinig na ngayon lamang mapapakinggan ang Kalingang Bulakenyo, ang programa pong ito ay naglalayong mailapit ang pamahalaang panlalawigan sa pangunguna po ng ama ng ating lalawigan, iginagalang Governor Daniel R. Fernando, Vice Governor Wilhelmino MC Alvarado at mga bumubuo ng sangguniang panlalawigan sa ating mga tagapakinig at mas lalo pang maipadama ang ating pagkalinga sa mga nangangailangan nating kalalawigan. Sa pamamagitan po ng programang Kalingang Bulakenyo, layunin po namin mabigyan kayo ng karagdagang impormasyon. Palaman nyo din po ang mga programa ng Kapitolyo na maaaring makatugon sa inyong suliranin, pangangailangan, lalo na po pagdating sa social services at iba pang programa na sakop ng aming tanggapang PSWDO o Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office. Sakop po ng PSWDO ang mga sumusunod na programa sa Nutrition, Population, ECCD, PKKB, TODA, JODA, Dumagat, Burial Assistance, Financial Assistance, Medical, SEA-K, Free Counseling at Assessment para sa mga nangangailangan ng counseling tulad ng naabuso at dumadaan sa mga pagsubok. Ang Law Pag-asa Youth Rehabilitation Center kung saan nakalagak ang ating mga CICLs na mga kabataan. Maaari po kayong maging bahagi ng ating programa sa pamamagitan ng pag-text sa aming text line 0945-804-2532 sa SAN at sa Facebook naman po, Facebook Live, Radyo Bulacan, 103.9 Campus Radio. Okay, so bago po tayo magpatuloy sa ating talakayan, nais ko pong batiin ang mga masusugid nating tagapakinig sa ating PSWDO family, lalo na kay Boss Weng, kay ADH Jackie, ADH Ana, sa mga kasamahan ko sa Tanglaw Pag-asa, sa aming center head na si Sir J. Mark, sa mga social workers at mga house parents, pati na din sa admin. Kay Kuya Jesse Nolasco ng Tupperware Brands, Malolos, kay Tita Mary Grace Lauda ng PhilHealth at ang Woodbury Events Place sa Ulingaw, San Rafael, Bulacan, kung saan sila ay sumusuporta sa ating mga activities ng PSWDO at mga programa. Pati na din ang Enlin's Bake Shop kay Tita Evelyn Dumlao. Yan. So, para po sa mga interesado o may katanungan kaugnay sa foster parenting o foster care at agency adoption, Makipag-ugnayan lamang po sa DSWD Provincial Extension Office. Hanapin po sina team leader, Ma'am Feli Isguera, Ma'am Cynthia Alfonso at Ma'am Mercy. Okay. So last week po, diniscuss po natin bilang kaugnay sa World Breastfeeding Week celebration at sa Breastfeeding Month celebration ng ating bansa. Diniscuss po natin mga benefits ng breastfeeding para sa mga nanay at mga lalong-lalo na sa sanggol sa kanilang first 1,000 days. Ngayon naman po, i-discuss po natin ang Magna Carta of Women. No? Hindi po dahil ito po ay napapanahon at kahapon lamang po, August 14, nagdiriwang po siya. Ginugunita natin ang kanyang pang-10 taon kung saan ito ay pinirmahan bilang isang batas. Okay, so i-discuss po natin ngayon ang Magna Carta of Women, RA Republic Act 9710 na pinirmahan noong August 14, 2009. Okay, so ito ay 7 years in the making, legislative debates. Nag-umpisa po ito ang mga debate sa taon pa lamang no 2002, kung saan ito ay na-approve noong 12th Congress. Noong August 14, 2009, ito ay pinirmahan bilang isang batas at took effect on September 15, 2009. Ang kanyang implementing rules and regulation ay inadapt ng Philippine Commission on Women Commissioner noong March 30, 2010. Si Senador Jambi Madrigal, ang principal author nito kung saan siya ang chairperson of the Senate Committee on Youth, Women, and Family Relations. At si Senator Pia Cayetano naman ang principal sponsor. So sino nga ba ang covered ng batas na ito? National government agencies, government bodies, instrumentalities, including government-owned and controlled corporations. Ang mga local government units, private and state universities and colleges, private and public schools, equivalent units in the autonomous regions, and mga private entities. So ano nga ba ang Magna Carta of Women? Ito ay isang comprehensive na women's human rights law, no? Para po ito sa mga kababaihan, human rights law that seeks to eliminate discrimination against women by recognizing, pagkilala, pagprotekta, pag-fulfill at pag-promote ng kanilang mga karapatan, ng mga Pilipina, especially those in the marginalized sector. So ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng marginalized sector o sino-sino po ba sila? Sila ang mga urban poor, ang children, senior citizens, indigenous people, solo parents, Moro migrant workers, persons with disabilities, fisherfolk, small farmers and rural farmers. Sila yung workers in the formal economy at workers in the informal economy. So ano nga ba paano natin masasabi na merong discrimination against women? No? Any gender-based discrimination, exclusion or restriction which has the effect of impairing the recognition, enjoyment, exercise by women with freedoms in the political, sa larangan ng politika, economic, social, cultural, civil, and other fields. No? Any act of omission that directly restricts women on their rights and access to opportunities, benefits, and privileges. No? Kung hindi sila sinasali sa mga benefits and privileges o sa mga oportunidad. Discrimination compounded with their status and condition such as ethnicity, age, poverty, and religion. So ano nga ba ang mga batas, no, sa ilalim ng Magna Carta of Women? Protection from all forms of violence, including those committed by the state. So incremental, at least 50-50 ratio of men and women in the recruitment and training of women in the police force, forensics, medical legal, legal, judicial services, and social work services. No? Kaya mapapansin po natin na ang ating mga kapulisan ngayon, saan mang branches, no, or institutions ng public institutions, makikita natin marami na pong babae. Security in situation of emergency, armed conflict, and militarization. So ano pa ang batas para sa kababaihan sa ilalim ng Magna Carta? Protection from all forms of violence, including those committed by the state. No? All government personnel, local chief executives or mga mayor natin, appointing authorities and executive managerial positions involved in the protection and defense of women shall regularly undergo the mandatory training on gender and human rights. So, lagi po natin naririnig yung gender and development training na yan. So, mandatory po talaga na all government personnel na mag-undergo ng GOD training. All barangay shall establish a vow desk and vow programs, and services shall be ensured at all times. So itong mga vow desk, ito yung violence against women na desk. Kung may mga reklamo tungkol sa paglabag ng karapatan ng kababaihan, una po itong inilalapit sa ating mga barangays, no, sa pamamagitan ng violence against women or vow desk. Protection, security in times of disaster, calamities, and other crisis situations. The national, regional, and local disaster coordinating councils shall ensure the participation of women in the development of a gender-responsive disaster management. So kung mayroon mga plano, pagpaplano tungkol sa disaster management, kailangan kasali po ang mga kababaihan. Kaya ano pa ang mga batas under sa Magna Carta of Women? Protection, security in times of disaster, calamities, and other crisis situations. So, during disaster, calamities, and crisis, LGUs and concerned agencies shall develop and implement a gender-responsive and rights-based work and financial plan. No? Participation and representation. So under sa batas na ito, sa karapatan na ito, capacitate women employees to strengthen their qualifications and performance for third-level positions. Increase participation of women at least 40% membership to all development councils. Representation of women in policy and decision-making bodies in the international, national, and local bodies. So napapansin po natin, hindi lamang sa politics, no? Kundi sa policy making din, para ang mga kababaihan nakasali sa mga councils. Equal treatment before the law. So ano ibig sabihin po nito? Repeal or amend the existing laws that are discriminatory to women. So ano po ba ang mga batas na nagiging discriminatory to women? Ang example po nito ay ang Family Code, Article 14, giving preference to the father's consent to the marriage of children below 18 and 21. So, discriminatory po ang batas na ito. Article 14, nagbibigay ng mas pabor, no, na consent to the marriage ng isang anak ang father. So, kailangan pong i-amend ito. Alin pa sa Family Code ang nagsasaad ng hindi patas, no, na pagtrato sa kababaihan? Article 96, giving preference to the husband's decision on the administration of conjugal properties. So sa pamamahala po pala ng conjugal properties, may preference ang mga husband. Sa Article 211 naman, giving preference to the husband's decision over the persons of their common children. Ano pa? Article 225, giving preference to the husband's decision on the exercise of legal guardianship over the property of an emancipated common child. Okay, so Article 55, repeated physical abuse and grossly abusive conduct as ground for legal separation. At marami pa, no? Article 333 on adultery and concubinage, Article 220 on the definition of vagrants and prostitution, Article 351 on premature marriages, on death inflicted under exceptional circumstances. So alam po ba ninyo na ang revised penal code ay nagbibigay ng different, magkaibang grounds po sa adultery and concubinage, no? An offense referred to in the family code as sexual infidelity. So ang adultery and concubinage po, referred siya sa family code as sexual infidelity. So for the wife, para po sa babae, sexual infidelity means one act of sexual intercourse with other men. For the husband, it is sexual intercourse under scandalous circumstances, keeping another woman in the conjugal abode, binahay po niya, or cohabitation with her in another dwelling. So yun po yung concubinage. The strict definition of adultery for the wife is indeed to prevent the introduction into the family of spurious heirs and in the process protect the economic interest of the husband. The law on concubinage, on the other hand, appears intended to allow the husband's flagrant but prudent playing around. So, ibig sabihin po, yung sa wife po, mas stricto po ang pagpapataw ng parusa. Kasi daw po, maaaring magkaroon ng bunga o anak po ang isang babae. So ano pa po ang mga batas under Magna Carta of Women? LGUs shall review existing ordinances and policies, repeal or amend them accordingly. Nothing in its section shall preclude the recommendation for the passage of new laws. Okay, so ano pa ang mga batas? Equal access and elimination of discrimination pagdating po sa education, scholarship, and training. For DepEd, CHED, and TESDA to develop and promote gender-sensitive curriculum, instructional materials, capacity building for faculty and personnel. Enrollment of women in non-traditional skills training in vocational and tertiary levels shall be encouraged. No? Expulsion and non-readmission of women faculty and students due to pregnancy outside of marriage shall be outlawed. So, hindi na po pwede ito, no? Dahil yung hindi ka tatanggapin o pag-i-expel sa'yo sa isang babae dahil sa pagkabuntis, hindi na po pwede. Pregnant students shall be assisted while in school of available support services and counseling to ensure completion of their studies. So, sinusuportahan po natin sila. Women in sports. Train more female coaches for girls and women's teams. Conduct activities such as sports clinics and seminars for potential female leaders, coaches, and teachers at least once a year. Provide equal incentives and awards for both men and women for any competition. Provide sufficient funds and equal opportunities for women athletes and coaches. So makikita po natin ngayon na mas marami na po ang sumasali sa sports na mga kababaihan, lalo na sa mga coaches, no? Women in military, police, and other similar services. Ano po ba ang mga batas para sa kanila under ng Magna Carta? grants same privileges and opportunities on pay increase, benefits, awards, and remunerations. Okay, so kung meron mang mga increase na nangyayari, patas po ito, no? Pati mga kababaihan, kasali po sila. Equal consideration in the area of filed assignments, functions, and peacekeeping duties where women can exercise and develop their full potential. Consideration on women's physical and biological build in physical fitness tests as requirement for entry, promotion, and schooling. Okay, so sa military po pala, hindi porket babae siya, pwede siyang isali sa mga lalaki sa training. I-consider din po yung kanyang physical and biological na pangangatawan. Accord women and men the same capacity to act and enter into contracts, including marriage, except such positions where a marriage ban for a specific period of time is required for both men and women. Provide the benefits under existing laws such as maternity leave, solo parent privileges, and leaves due to gynecological disorders. Okay. Ensure the rights of women in the military and police to decent and separate facilities and personal protective equipment to ensure their safety. Establish a child care facility, breastfeeding room for military, police, and other women employees. So meron din po dapat breastfeeding room kahit sa military and police employees. Increase the quota to 20% for female to PMAs, OCS, PNPA, and PPSC. Concerned agencies shall support women in the military, in training, and peacekeeping operations. So ito po yung mga batas para sa kababaihan under sa Magna Carta of Women. Ano pa? Non-discriminatory and non-derogatory portrayal of women in media and film. So pagdating naman po ito sa media, no, and film. The dignity of women and their roles and contributions in all spheres of private and public life shall be promoted. So, pinopromote pa din po yung dignidad ng mga kababaihan kahit pagdating po sa media at sa pelikula. OPS shall provide overall direction, guidance, and monitoring as lead agency of government mass media. Enhancement of programming, production, and image making that present women's needs, issues, and concerns. Allocation of space, airtime, and resources for the airing of advertisements that promote women's human rights. No? So kung may mga nakikita po tayong mga advertisements sa TV, sa radyo na nagpo-promote ng karapatan ng kababaihan, so kasali po ito, no, sa Magna Carta. Ensuring that in all school of journalism, information and communication, and national media federation and association, the gender equality are integrated in the human resource development. Safe regulatory for media, television, cable, film, and advertising shall also ensure compliance with the Act. At ang pag-create ng Local Media Board or LMB in all LGUs to monitor the implementation shall be encouraged to monitor, no, the implementation of this Magna Carta. So pagdating naman po sa kalusugan, ano po ang nakasaad na karapatan ng kababaihan under the Magna Carta? Access to comprehensive health program, maternal care, prenatal, delivery, and postnatal, infant health, and nutrition. Promotion of breastfeeding and proper nutrition for lactating mothers. Responsible, ethical, legal, safe, and effective family planning. Family and state collaboration in youth sexuality education and health services without prejudice to the duty of parents to educate their children. Prevention and management of sexually transmitted infections, human immunodeficiency virus, and acquired immunodeficiency syndrome or AIDS. Prevention and management of reproductive tract cancers and other gynecological conditions and disorders. So in case of VAUSI victims, comprehensive health services shall be provided. No, nandun po yung psychosocial, therapeutic, medical, and legal intervention. So, nabanggit ko po kanina, pag VAUSI po ang case, nilalapit po ito una sa ating VAUSI desk sa ating mga barangays. Care for elderly women. Management, treatment, and intervention of mental health problems of women and girls. So ano po ang role ng DOH pagdating po sa kalusugan ng kababaihan under the Magna Carta? Sila po ang magre-review, mag-revise ng existing health programs, projects, and develop plans and guidelines, formulate education and advocacy strategies, establish coordination mechanisms with other stakeholders and concerned agencies to reduce maternal mortality. Institutionalize a sex disaggregated data bank on health-related concerns. Monitor, evaluate health and nutrition program. So ano naman, yun po yung role ng DOH, no? So ano naman po ang role ng DepEd? So ang DepEd po ang magpo-provide ng functional girl, child, and adolescent health services in every school. So yung setting naman po nila ay sa school. Sa PhilHealth naman po, ano po ang kanilang role? PhilHealth shall include maternal care and women's health services in its benefit packages. So ano po yung role ng DOLE? Department of Labor and Employment shall require workplaces to provide facilities such as breastfeeding areas, toilets, dressing room, and seats provided for women, employees without compromising their efficiency. So sa lahat po ng government agencies, ano po ang role? Shall review all existing programs and development plans and guidelines on health services, nutrition, and mental health for women. So lahat po pala ng government agencies ay kailangan i-review ang lahat ng programa kung ito ay nakaangkop, no? Or kaalinsunod sa pagpapatupad ng Magna Carta of Women. Okay, so ano ang role ng LGU? LGU shall promulgate and implement gender-responsive local ordinances that promote the comprehensive health of girls, adolescents, women, and elderly women, such as God Code and Reproductive Health Code. Formulate human resource development plan that will ensure the following: sufficient number of skilled health professionals to attend all deliveries. So role po ito ng LGU, sapat po ang mga skilled health professionals para po sa mga nanganganak, no, na mga kababaihan. Availability of qualified and capable health service providers. So may mga midwife po dapat sa mga health centers, nurses, at meron din pong doctors. Develop and allocate budget for health programs. Monitor the progress of program implementation. Enhance parent effectiveness services and programs to include continuing education on gender-based violence, VAUSI, rape, incest, prostitution, trafficking in every barangay. So dapat po na-educate po natin, no, ang ating mga kababaihan or ang ating barangay tungkol sa VAUSI, rape, incest, prostitution, at trafficking. No? For COH on the provision of health services, strengthen the local health board, develop or design an award system to encourage excellent performance on women's health programs. Organize communities, dialogues with the private sector to implement health programs for women and girls. So ano naman po ang role, no, ng mga non-government organization pagdating sa Magna Carta of Women? Sila po yung mag-encourage to strengthen advocacy, participation, and assist the LGU on the implementation of health programs. So, comprehensive health information and education, sexuality education in public and private schools, sexuality education for parents to enhance communication with their children. Comprehensive health information and education, dapat din po may trainings for health service providers, gaya ng mga nurse, mga midwife sa ating barangay at sa ating localities. Teen centers for health and sexuality education and counseling. Under po sa Magna Carta of Women, meron po tayong leave benefits, no, na nakaatang para sa mga kababaihan. So ano-ano po ito? Any female employee in the public and private sector, regardless of age and civil status, will be entitled to a special leave of 2 months with full pay based on her gross monthly compensation due to surgery caused by gynecological disorders with the following conditions. Dapat po, nakapag-render siya ng at least 6 months continuous employment service. In the event of an extended leave, she may use her earned leave credits. This special leave shall be non-cumulative and non-convertible to cash. Okay? Equal rights in all matters relating to marriage and family relations. The DSWD, DOH, and PAPCOM shall set standards and develop gender-fair modules on marriage, family relations, parent effectiveness. So ang LGU shall provide trainings and seminars on the popularization of rights and obligations of spouses towards each other to impede the stereotyping of roles, multiple burden, and subordination of women. So, in relation po dito, before po kumuha ng marriage license sa isang munisipyo, nag-undergo po or nagkakandak ng marriage counseling ang DSWD or ang ating local social welfare and development, no, para ko ipatupad ang batas na ito. Maiwasan po ang subordination of women, stereotyping of roles, at maging malinaw po ang role ng husband and wife bago po sila pumasok sa buhay mag-asawa. Okay, so the LGUs shall conduct, ito po yung sinabi ko kanina, nagkakandak po ng pre-marriage counseling program. Advocacy on the moral obligation and responsibility in assuring the rights and well-being of their children, including number and spacing of children. Include in the trainings and seminars in barangays the family code. So yung family code po pala, sinasali po sa training sa seminars, trainings and seminars sa barangay. Okay. Rights and empowerment of marginalized sectors. Food security and productive resources. Meron po silang karapatan para sa pabahay, right to decent work, karapatan para sa pangkabuhayan, credit, capital, and technology, right to education and training, right to representation and participation, right to information and social protection, recognition and preservation of cultural identity and integrity, peace and development, women in especially difficult circumstances, services and interventions for WEDC, or ito po yung women in especially difficult circumstances. Sila po yung victims, no, of abuses, protection for girl children, protection for senior citizens. So ano po yung institutional mechanism? Gender mainstreaming as strategy for implementing the Magna Carta of Women. So number 1 po, planning, budgeting, monitoring, and evaluation. Okay, so pag-create po ng God Code, creation, strengthening of the God focal points, at pagkakaroon po ng God database. Okay, so sino po ang nagmo-monitor? Mainly nagmo-monitor ng Magna Carta of Women. So sila po ang Commission on Human Rights, no? So ano po yung mga penalties? The Commission on Human Rights shall recommend to the Civil Service Commission, Department of Interior and Local Government, Sandigan Bayan, Office of the Ombudsman, the sanctions, either administrative or disciplinary, for individuals who fail to comply with and implement the Act, including non-compliance to the God budget policy. So yung God budget po pala, nag-emanate po dito sa Magna Carta of Women. So yung Magna Carta of Women, ina-adapt po siya, no, ng bawat institution, government institution, ng Civil Service Commission, DILG, at iba pang mga offices para po magkaroon ng local adaptation or i-adapt po ng isang office or agency ang lahat ng mga karapatan na nabanggit ko. So pag inadapt na po nila ito, magkakaroon po sila ng sarili nilang sanctions at kung hindi man sanctions, mga kaukulang policies and recommendations para po mapatupad ang Magna Carta of Women. So inuulit ko po, diniscuss po natin ito para po paggunita sa ika-10 taon, no, bilang ito ay naisabatas kahapon noong August 14, 2009. So 10 taon po siya kahapon, kaya diniscuss po natin ulit yung Magna Carta of Women. Okay. Ang oras po natin ay 10:38 na po ng umaga. Ang oras pong ito ay handog ng pamahalaang panlalawigan ng Bulacan. At oras na rin po para ako pansamantalang magpaalam sa inyo. Nawa po ay nakatulong kami sa pagbibigay ng karagdagang impormasyon sa inyo na maaaring makatugon sa inyong mga concerns, lalo na po pagdating sa social services, at hindi lamang po yan, pati po sa mga batas, no, kung saan ang karapatan po ng mga kababaihan ay naisusulong po natin, no? Muli po ay aking kang inaanyayahan sa muli niyong pagtutok dito sa ating programa, kung saan ang misyon namin ay makapagbigay kalinga sa ating mga kalalawigan. Ang Kalingang Bulakenyo tuwing Pebes 9:30 to 10:30 dito lang po sa RBFM, ang radyo ng bawat Bulakenyo. Sana po ay patuloy niyong subaybayan ang mga programa ng Kapitolyo dito sa radyo. Antabayanan niyo rin po ang susunod na programa, Usapang Co-op at Business. Sa ngalan po ng aming pinuno ng tanggapan, si Gina Rowena Oson Tiongson. Ako po muli si Ate Jeline. Maraming salamat po.
Sabayan iwan, may hariwan, no way to run. Sa panahon ng kalamidad, ang mga bata ay pangalagaan. Sabayan